We're back, baby.
Pump it up, you got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up, you got to pump it up.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? I missed you. Welcome back to my channel. If you're for the first time, please hit that button and subscribe to be a member of this house of everything. We are back in business, and at the moment, I want to just step out and go get the materials that I need because guess what? I have a client, a friend. A friend wants me to make a coffee table for her. So I have to go out, rush. I have to rush and get out, and go get some equipment. So please come with me. So guys, for this project, we're gonna be needing a tire, and I had this tire from a previous project that I hadn't really completed on, and a foam and a fabric among others, and also your tools for the job. So what I'm basically doing here, I began by removing the screws from this cheap board. I wanted to replace with a much stronger board, so I began by removing the screws and removing the cheap board, both at the top and at the bottom. As I keep on removing the nails, I thought of reminding you guys it was quite convenient for me to use this foam rather than throwing it away, since it's just neat, it's clean, everything is in place. I had attached it a while ago before leaving my previous project incomplete. I had attached the foam to the tire already, as you can see, so all I needed to do was just get the screws out and replace with a much stronger board. I've successfully managed to get rid of all the nails, and yes, both on the top and the bottom. And now what we have to do is staple the foam to the places where it's not firm. I have to staple to make it more firm. I ended up getting this fabric because my client preferred this, because I have a similar coffee table. I have a coffee table made with a similar fabric and she loved it. She likes the brown color, and she wants to furnish a house using the brown color. So I had to pick this one because of the brown detail. And what you can see here, I am about to staple the foam to make it more firm on the tire so that it doesn't become more of a bother when I'm attaching the fabric. So that is what I'm about to do in this step. I tried assembling my staple gun, and I had no idea that I had used all my favorite staples, and the ones that were here were really troubling me. But in case you have a staple gun, you can use it if you're okay using the staples. If you're comfortable stapling down the foam, you can really do that. But now this was giving me a hard time. I had to come up with a plan B. For that plan B, I had to use the wood glue, apply it on the tire to stick the foam together, to attach them both together. This was the plan B I had to start with. I had to figure out something because now there's no way I would have used the staples. They were really giving me a difficult time. So we are done with gluing. We flip it on the other side. As you can see, this other side, everything is perfect. I did not need to repeat this whole procedure on this other side. All the staples were in contact. So by also flipping, I let the weight of the tire support the wood to stick to the foam. yeah, to help it keep it in place. So I let it stay in this position, and I also added some more extra weight to make sure the foam was really attaching itself to the glue. Onto this next step, I decided to use the shoe tack nails. Those are the smallest nails I've ever seen, and I used them to attach the foam in the places where I thought that they needed some more reinforcement. I used those nails, and do not mind the hammer. If you're not scared, you can do this. You have to be careful not to hit yourself. I was really cautious and I did not injure myself at all. I had really mad fun experiencing the shoe tack nails for the first time, and I could say they even much better than using the staple gun. I repeated the procedure both at the top and the bottom side of the tire, and as you can see, the shoe tack pins did the work. They were my plan B and they did it perfectly, more than the staples would have. I hope you all can see how clean this procedure was. I had a really good time. And that's how neat the tire should look up to this step. This next step basically involves the fabric, so I had to cut it into two halves and nail it to the foam as well. So let's do it together. This next step involves fixing the fabric on top of the foam on the tire. And as you can see, I had to make sure that the fabric is straight, everything, so that the flowers could be flawless. Like the design of the fabric seems flawless on top of the tire. Like you really have to be keen on this step, because if you're not, you'll end up stapling one side higher and the other side lower, and the fabric will not look clean. And remember, we have two pieces of fabric, so the design has to look flawless so that no one realizes that the fabric was indeed cut into two. So you have to be keen. And again, I had to use the shoe tack pins and the hammer to fix the fabric on this step. So I basically just stapled the whole fabric onto the tire, and at the point where you see the fabric comes to an end, I joined the other fabric. I had to make it look flawless. I wanted the flowers to be in a uniform manner. So I took the other piece of fabric and attached it. But before that, I had to fold a little at the edge. I had to just fold a little so that the seams from the other fabric, from the edges of the fabric, could not be noticed. That is the fold, as you can see. And then I went on and nailed the fabric both at the bottom and at the top. I nailed it on both sides. It was really amazing. I really had fun. Again, let me repeat that. I really had fun using the blue tacks. It was my first time, and this whole experience, it was just marvelous. You should try. In case you do not have a staple gun, there is no problem. The hammer and the shoe tack pins, they can replace the staple gun. That's it. In case you made it this far, you'll notice that I'm using a voiceover. It is because this whole project has to take some time, and on the background I was listening to some music, which I cannot just play the original music. I don't want to be I don't want to have a copyright notification anymore on my videos. So at this point I had to cut off the excess foam and the excess fabric onto the top. That's what you can see me do. I have already nailed the fabric on the top and on the bottom. Even though it was time consuming, I can say I really enjoyed it. It was worthy. I was so passionate about this whole project, for real. I had to do this for you guys from scratch to see, because I mean, my friend would have bought the other table, but I wanted to show you how it is done, and I had a good time. I hope you enjoy making yours up to this point. If in case you're trying, you're really doing a great job. Keep at it. You'll get better with time. I had these delivered by the fundi. He really delayed, but it's not too late for me to complete where we left yesterday. So these are the feet, and I have two wooden surfaces, and the top one is really heavy, but it's quality wood. So I have two wooden pieces of plywood. I'm going to fix them, one at the top and the other one at the bottom. Yeah. This is a step I really do enjoy. I think, I don't know why, but I really love using the drill gun. I love drilling those holes. And at this point, all that I'm doing is just drilling the holes first before fixing the nails. I did the same for both the top and the bottom. Here we are measuring the distance between the feet so that I can ensure that the table will really be stable. So the distance between the 4 feet actually was like 12 inches each. And at this point, I had to use my glue gun to attach the feet onto the bottom so that before nailing them down, I ensure that they are stable, that they do not have to move. So I had to use the glue to stick them before drilling the nails. This is the last procedure where we have to use a hammer and the nails again, like to make sure there is neatness of the fabric. We do not want anyone seeing the tire, so I had to like make final adjustments to fix where the fabric was a bit hanging, to bring out the neatness at the bottom. Even though there's no one who's going to look at the bottom, I just wanted perfection in this whole project. So we are winding up, and I realized that my brush was quite dry from the last time I ever used it, so I opted to use this sponge, and I had to soak it in water first to make it wet. Remember, brown is the theme of this project, and I had to deliver just that. So I had to use this mahogany shade of paint, not paint really, of stain. Like I had to stain the legs, the feet, using this mahogany shade. I wanted the brown to match, to be in uniform with also the fabric. So yeah, lucky enough I had this in the house from another project, yes, that I've ever done before. I added a second layer of coating the legs, and I left it at the balcony to dry. So unfortunately it just began raining, but they're close to being fully dry, but that is how it looks. On the downside, you see it's clean. I made sure that I reinforced the nails everywhere so that the fabric can just be hidden where it shows. But that is how it looks, you see, at the bottom. That is clean work. The last step of this whole project is to attach the mirror now on the table surface. But in case you do not have a mirror, you can see the table looks fine even without the mirror. I could just have preferred to paint it, but my client prefers the mirror more. So yeah, after this point, if you do not have a mirror, you can just leave it out. So here's our table, guys. These are the results. This is our table. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Like, guys, that's the work of my hands. And yes, thank you, Winnie, for trusting me to make this table for you. It was a pleasure doing business. God bless you. And for anyone else that is interested in anything of the same kind or these others that I have, this was a rustic feeling. I wanted a rustic feeling for this one. And yeah, the other one over there without the mirror. Without the mirror now. But anyone that is interested in anything of the sort, you can let me know and I will just do it for you, or rather that is how it is done. So thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. It's been nice, and please hit the subscribe button to subscribe in case you haven't subscribed. I love you all. Goodbye.